What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network. And today we're talking the February 6th, 2021 edition of Talking Smack. Easily the best program that WWE puts out every single week. I think it's safe to say, honestly, at this point. You know, I was thinking that in the beginning with some of the stuff they were doing with Miz and with Xavier Woods and Sami Zayn. But, as much as I enjoy SmackDown, Raw was better this week, NXT had a very good show. Talking Smack, for the 25 to 30 minutes that it lasts every single week, consistently delivers some of the best content of the week. Now, this episode, I don't think was on the same level as last week's, for example, but it was still quite good. So, to kick it off, Kayla Braxton and Paul Heyman, who are, of course, the hosts, they kick it off by recapping the end of SmackDown that saw Kevin Owens come out, stunner Roman Reigns before Edge could give his decision as to who he wants to face at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. Heyman could not have cared less. He said that everyone is eyeballing Roman Reigns right now, whether it be Big E, Edge, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Everyone is gunning for Roman Reigns. And he promises that Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, is going to be the main event of WrestleMania again after already main eventing 4 consecutive WrestleManias from 25 through 2018, through 2015, through 2018, because he is not a champion, but the champion of the WWE. And it's hard to argue with that, to be honest. And I like Drew, but Roman is the champion of WWE right now. And he also clarifies, Owens, it doesn't matter what happened at the end of the show. He's out of the title picture. He's done. Heyman's not wrong. He's already lost 3 times to Roman Reigns since December. We got to move on. I love Owens. The feud can kind of continue if Edge is involved, but we can absolutely not do another Roman Reigns-Kevin Owens match. We're done with that. So he also says that Edge's answer at WrestleMania, it's obvious. And it's going to be Roman Reigns. I don't know if it's obvious, but it should be Roman Reigns. I've said this before, but I think Edge and Roman is a significantly stronger match to do at WrestleMania than Edge and McIntyre. And it's a good match, but I just think the story works better with Roman Reigns and Edge. So we welcome on Intercontinental Champion Big E at this time, who says that he's a rare breed. He can come on and make you laugh. He can make you cry. He can be intense. And he went out there tonight and he defended, or last night rather, the Intercontinental Championship successfully against Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews in a very good triple threat match. And he'll do it again next week. Give me 3 men. Give me 4 men. Make it a fatal 4-way. Whatever. I will overcome every obstacle that you put in front of me if it means holding on to this championship. And I think Kayla had brought up, are you worried about Sami Zayn because he wasn't pinned and he's doing the whole conspiracy shit? And he's like, I don't care about Sami Zayn. I'm not worried about what he's doing. So then Heyman, as always, interjects himself and says that, listen, and Big E's like, listen, I'm out of your shit. And there's always a but with you, by the way. He praises Big E, but there's always a but. You know, and he praised Apollo Crews, too. So Big E, he watches the product. He's not stupid. He knows what he's onto here. But Heyman says, a champion is only as good as the challengers that he beats. And you beat 2 really good challengers in Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews on this show. So kudos to you. But you will not be the main event of WrestleMania. That championship, as much as it means and as much as it means to you, is not the championship. And the fact that you're not main eventing WrestleMania should piss you off. And Big E says, it doesn't piss me off. It motivates me. And everything I've done so far, and having the blessing of Kofi and Xavier was great. I really appreciate that. And that means everything to me. But everything I've done so far, and being Intercontinental Champion and whatnot, will pale in comparison to what he's going to do in the year ahead. And he said, hey, I will see Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania in 2022. There's a chance, honestly, they swerve us all and they do Big E and Roman champion for champion, or championship for championship, title for title, champion versus champion on one of the nights, main event, in the main event of one of the nights of WrestleMania 37. It is very possible. I don't think they will, but hey, holding off until WrestleMania 38 in, where's it going to be, in Texas? I would not complain about that. There is a very real possibility, if Big E's still firing in all cylinders, they haven't dropped the ball on him by then, same with Roman, we could absolutely see that match in the main event of WrestleMania next year, for sure. And Heyman then gets pissed after Big E walks off that he didn't take his microphones. He always has something to be annoyed over, and it has to be the fact that he didn't take his microphone, which was great. So they then welcome on Bianca Bel-Air, the winner of the Women's 2021 Royal Rumble match. And it's been a crazy week. We've heard a lot from Bel-Air from her post-show comments at the Rumble. She was interviewed was she interviewed in the ring? I think she was. But she had the backstage interview, maybe is what it was. She was on the bump. She's done a lot of media this past week. But so right now, she's still riding that emotional high. And she's riding the momentum right now. And before she can make a decision, which won't be right now, she's got to check her emotions. She's got to make sure her emotions are in check before she makes the biggest decision of her life up to this point. And so she's not going to make it right now, but soon. And then Heyman says he's a big Bianca Belair fan, and he says, listen, you will leave WrestleMania as champion. That is not a spoiler. That is not a prediction. That is a spoiler. So now he's giving spoilers for people who aren't even his clients. But I guess Bianca's a Paul Heyman girl. And when she got called up last year, Heyman was writing Raw, so that would make sense that he is a big Bianca fan. But he also says that she is ready to carve out her legacy. And this moment on Talking Smack, the Rumble win, will be remembered as the moment it all happened, as the moment it all started, which was cool. So the last person they welcome on is none other than the de facto WWE Commissioner, Adam Pierce. And Heyman says, the floor is all yours. And Adam Pierce says, no, it's not. The floor is all yours, actually. What, do you expect me to come out and challenge you to another match that we didn't have and we should still have, but we're not going to? No, the floor is all yours, Heyman. And then Heyman says, all right, well, if you're not fired by next Wednesday, then Roman and I will take matters in our own hands and ensure you're fired by next Friday. So this is basically a threat from Heyman to Adam Pierce. And the reason he says this, the reason why he believes Adam Pierce is incompetent at his job, aside from everything else that's gone down up to this point, is the fact that Edge is manipulating the system. He's called a master manipulator, and he's living up to his nickname, at least according to Paul Heyman. Even though he's doing what every other fucking Royal Rumble winner has done, and he's literally like, the funny thing, I mean, obviously Heyman's character is supposed to be hypocritical. He just got done praising Bianca Belair, and she also did not make her decision known on SmackDown. Edge didn't either, but Edge is the real hypocrite here, which makes no sense, at least according to Heyman, so I thought that was really funny. But he says that Edge is manipulating the situation. The tail is wagging the dog in this case. We had the Bruno Sammartino era. We move forward from that. We had the Hulk Hogan era. We move forward from that. We had the Attitude Era with Stone Cold and The Rock and D-Generation X. We moved forward from that. We even had the John Cena era, and I would argue the Brock Lesnar era, Heyman says. That's a different discussion for a different day. And we moved on from that. I mean, the Brock Lesnar era is still very much alive. I mean, he's not with the company right now, but, I mean, if he comes back, that era is still very much alive. So I'm not even really sure if that line was meant to, indicate anything, that Brock could be back soon, or they could be doing Roman and Brock at some point. I'm not sure. But anyway, he says, we moved on from that era. Why aren't we moving on from Edge? Edge expects us to wait for him. WWE waits for no one. Vince McMahon, his dad ran WWE. We moved on from that. Vince Jr. is running WWE right now. When he inevitably passes on, which I'm not sure if he will, but when that day comes, we will move on from that too. WWE waits for no one. And here he actually made a good point. Now, the problem is that the Rumble winners have always waited to make their decisions. Not always. McIntyre made it right away last year, but like Asuka did not choose to face Charlotte until like fucking the Fastlane pay-per-view in March. So like we have seen Rumble winners wait until that point to make their decision. Okay? This is where the logic flaw comes in, and he points this out, that Adam Pierce should not be holding back Drew McIntyre until after Elimination Chamber. Because what if he chooses McIntyre? Are you not going to announce a WWE Championship match or whatever for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view? We need to know, and he makes a great point. WWE needs to know too. They need to advertise a match for the pay-per-view. They need to create promotional material. He makes a great point. He is not wrong. In that we need to know what champion Edge is going for, or at least establish I'm waiting until after the pay-per-view. So we can get a WWE title match or a number one contenders match for that title at Elimination Chamber. And that Edge, according to Heyman, is putting the company in a very compromising position. He has to, Adam Pearce does. He has to, according to Heyman, announce an Elimination Chamber main event. And he has to do it on Raw this week. So now he's plugging Raw. Heyman's on SmackDown, and now they're going ahead and plugging Raw. I assume it's going to be McIntyre and Sheamus. They already established that. That would explain why they rushed into the betrayal on Raw this week. Not really rushed, because they've been building to it for a while, but it felt a little abrupt on Monday's Raw. And then McIntyre already said, "I'll face you if that's what you want." So I don't think they would have done that unless they were doing it at Elimination Chamber. So I guess that's where they're going with this. I was hoping we would get Drew and Sheamus at WrestleMania. We still could, maybe, if they do a rematch or they hold off till then. I don't think they will. But yeah, I guess we'll soon see. But he says that he has to announce an Elimination Chamber main event. He also mentioned that Sonya Deville has a crush on him, on Heyman, which was laughable. Also considering, I don't think Sonya Deville is bisexual. We all know that she's a lesbian. Maybe she is bisexual. I forget. I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian, though. I could be wrong. And Heyman says that Sonya has a crush on him. Even if she was straight, I don't think that she would. But I thought that line was money, because it makes no sense. And the whole reason why he said that was because he thinks that Sonya would love to take Adam Pearce's place. But the next move is his. And he says to close out the episode to Adam Pearce, name a main event next Monday or pack your bags. An ultimatum from Paul Heyman, even though he has no authority at all. I mean, hey, Paul Heyman was the executive director of Raw, no longer, though. So he has no authority. Adam Pearce's storyline does. This was another gem of a promo from Paul Heyman. Adam Pearce really just let him have it. Adam Pearce is really growing on me in this role. His ill-defined role bothered me for a while in the beginning, but he's been on TV a lot more, and he's been doing a great job with his performances, and they've made me care about Adam Pearce, so I like that. But Paul Heyman was really the star here again. At the end of every episode, it doesn't matter if it's Apollo Crews, Big E, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. The interactions this guy has with everyone on the roster are fucking money. Everybody, even Adam Pearce. So again, a good episode here. Bianca was great. She was emotional, very likable. I love that. Pierce and Heyman was awesome. And then the Big E promo was also very good. So another top-notch edition of Talking Smack this week for February 6, 2021. Check out all my other Talking Smack reviews down below in the description box. Be sure to like this video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Hit the bell button as well to be notified every time a new video goes up. This past week alone, we had interviews with Kacy Catanzaro from NXT before she competed in the semifinals of the Dusty Classic. That she lost, but the interview's still great anyway, so check that out. And then on Thursday, we had my interview with the Rated R Superstar, the Men's Royal Rumble winner for this year himself, Edge. That went up on Bleacher Report, went up here on the channel, it went up on WrestleRant Radio. If you want to get these interviews in audio form before it goes anywhere else, whether it be, on the website or on WrestleRant Radio, you'll find them here first when I upload them. So if you're not already subscribed, what the hell are you waiting for? And the interviews aren't the only reason why you should subscribe. Every single week, not only do we have interviews with exclusive WWE talent like Kacy Catanzaro, like Edge and Roman Reigns and AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Apollo Crews, Fandango, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is not an exaggeration. We've literally had all of those people here on the channel so far in 2021. But not only do we have all of that, we have Talking Smack reviews like this one every single Saturday. SmackDown audio reviews every single Saturday. I don't get a chance to talk about SmackDown on WrestleRant Radio on Thursdays just because by that point it's old news. So I review it here for the channel. That's already up by now. You can check those out every single Saturday. We have Dark Side of the Ring reviews. I recorded that a shit ton of months ago. I recorded like a year ago. Those are still going up. WWE Network and Chill videos where I break down the most recent installments of WWE 24, Untold, Chronicle, WWE Icons on Yokozuna. We have the Q&A videos every Wednesday, excerpts from WrestleRant Radio every Thursday, WandaVision reviews. We do those every weekend, every Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, whatever the fuck. We do those too. You're really missing out. Raw Talk reviews on Tuesdays. We do a lot of content. We've done a daily video every day since the first day of 2020. Not 2021, which is also true, but 2020. So if you're not already subscribed, and you're not helping me reach the 5,000 subscriber mark, which we're closing in on very quickly, what the hell are you waiting for? Do it right now, please. I beg of you. But anyway, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews. Enjoy the Super Bowl on Sunday. Go Bucks, and I'll catch your ass down the road.